Welcome to Audit Archive, where we run you through some of the most questionable and rather atrocious police encounters. Today, we're looking at several cases of police misconduct, including an incident where an elderly hearing-impaired man was wrongfully arrested and brutalized by officers after a minor traffic stop, suffering cracked ribs but denied medical aid, disregarded his disability, and violating policies. In this first incident, we're going to take a look at how officers falsely arrested an elderly man on charges of DUI along with their use of excessive force, all captured on reality TV. On October 1st, 2016, in Montgomery, Alabama, 78-year-old Jesse Davis was pulled over by a police officer for making illegal lane changes. According to state traffic laws, such lane changes are considered a violation and can lead to a lawful traffic stop. According to Morris King and Hodge PC, drivers who violate these laws may receive traffic tickets for unsafe lane changes or cause devastating collisions with other motorists. Anyway, after pulling the driver over, Officer G.J. Marshall began interrogating Mr. Davis. It's important to note, though, that the elderly man was hearing impaired and therefore unable to properly determine what the officer was asking him.
Do you have any medical issues that I need to know about?
Yeah, I'm a diabetic.
You're diabetic, yeah. Okay, so you do have medical issues.
Yeah.
Okay, are you lightheaded right now or something? Are you lightheaded?
Yeah, I'm home to the house.
Okay. Just turn around. Let me search you before I do a field sobriety test, okay? You turn around, put your hands on the trunk, sir. Put your hands on the trunk. Spread your feet for me. Spread your feet for me. Spread your feet. Take your right feet over here.
Without proper evidence, the officer suspected that the driver might have been intoxicated. However, Mr. Davis informed him that he was diabetic and experiencing a medical issue. Despite this, Officer Marshall proceeded to pat the old man down, even though there was no reasonable suspicion of a more serious crime, which is required by the Fourth Amendment and established legal standards for search and seizure. This is because the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution states the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. Nevertheless, the officer continued patting down the victim.
I'm just searching your pockets right now, alright? Let's keep your hand on the trunk, sir. This is all your... Keep your hand on the trunk. This is your money, right? Sir, is this your money? Is this your money? These are your change right here. In your left pocket, right? Sir, there's money in your left pocket, right? You have no money. This is your money, sir. I'm gonna keep all your money on your left pocket, bro, okay? Sir, keep your hands on the trunk. Spread your feet for me, alright? Spread your feet, I'm trying to search you, alright?
I don't have it.
I still have to search you, sir. It's part of protocol. Spread your feet for me. You're being very unresponsive, sir, so... Alright. Go ahead and turn around for me, sir. Sir, turn around for me. Put your back to the trunk. Alright? Just hold on for a moment. Okay, what's your name, sir? What is your name?
Yes, Dave.
I'm sorry?
Yes, Dave.
Giselle Davis?
Yes, Dave.
Jesse Davis?
Okay.
He said, what I want you to do is follow the tip of this pen wherever it goes, okay?
What you want me to do?
With your eyes only, don't move your head, alright? Use your eyes only and follow the tip of the pen wherever it goes, alright?
It was at this point that the officer began conducting field sobriety tests. However, according to legal standards, such tests should not have been performed without considering the driver's impaired hearing, which could affect his ability to perform the tests accurately. According to the ADA, Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973 prohibits discrimination based on disability in any program or activity operated by recipients of federal funds. Moreover, Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990 prohibits discrimination based on disability by public entities, regardless of whether they receive federal financial assistance. By not taking the driver's disability into account, the officer was therefore breaking the aforementioned laws.
Hey, do that for me. Use your eyes. Use your eyes only. And follow the tip of the pen wherever it goes, okay?
Eyes on that.
Put your eyes on the tip of the pen and follow wherever it goes, alright? I need you to move your eyes. Your eyes should follow wherever this goes, alright? Sir.
You want me to move my eyes?
Yes, I want you to move your eyes wherever the pen goes, alright?
Okay.
Don't move your head. Okay, sir, I need you to move your eyes wherever the pen goes, alright? Because you're watching me, you're not. How long you been a diabetic? For a long time. You been a diabetic for a while?
Yeah. I'm gonna check myself when I get to the house. Let's go to the house.
I'm sorry?
I'm gonna check myself out when I get to the house. Right over there. Yeah.
Okay. I need you to take 9 steps, alright? Will you be able to do this walk and turn test for me?
Say that again.
Will you be able to do this walk and turn test for me?
Yeah.
Okay. I need you to take. I'm about to tell you right now, alright? I need you to take. I need you to take 9 steps towards me, alright? I'm gonna show you what you have to do, alright? Sir?
What you want me to do?
I'm telling you right now, alright?
Huh?
I'm telling you right now.
What you want me to do?
I'm telling you what I want you to do right now. I'm giving you the instructions, alright? Now look at me and listen to me while I show you, okay? I need you to have both hands to your side with your feet together, alright? I need you to take 9 steps forward, heel to toe, alright? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, alright? Let me show you from the side now. What's that? No, don't start now. You can't start now, sir. I'm still showing you what you have to do. Sir? Show you how to do the turn, but you started the test already. Do you understand?
No,
Just have a seat right here, sir. Alright? Just have a seat. Have a seat on the trunk. Put your back to the trunk, okay?
After conducting the field test, Officer Marshall went back to his vehicle to record the results. When he finished, he went back to ask the driver whether he had anyone who could come to retrieve him, as he refused to let Mr. Davis drive by himself.
Alright, sir, look. You have someone that you can call to come get you? Do you have someone you can call to come get you? Sir, you can't drive right now. I can't determine that. I don't smell any alcohol on you, but being that you're unresponsive, I can't let you drive this vehicle right now. Do you have anybody that you can call to come get you?
No, I don't have nobody. I live by myself, so I tell me stop. I live by myself, right over there on the top.
And you're not in talk. I mean, have you been taking medication?
When I get to the house.
I mean, have you been taking medication now?
Now?
Have you been taking medication now? Now can you very loopy? You're gonna have to call somebody, man. I'm not letting you drive this vehicle.
Why?
Because you're not responding. And you swerve over the road. I can't determine that you're under the influence of alcohol, but you're taking medication right now.
Yeah.
For your diabetes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to call somebody and take you home, man, because I'm not letting you drive the car.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, if a driver fails any of the field sobriety tests, the officer will then ask the suspect to take a breath test or a chemical test to confirm their blood alcohol content. Officer Marshall, however, failed to do this and instead directly assumed that Mr. Davis was drunk, despite not taking more accurate tests, an example of which is the breathalyzer test. Furthermore, the field sobriety tests, as previously mentioned, were not a viable method to determine whether an elderly man with hearing problems was driving under the influence. Hence, either breathalyzer, blood, or urine tests should have been conducted after taking him to the station.
You have your cell phone with you? Do you have your cell phone? Cell phone! Sir, do you have a cell phone?
What that is?
A phone you can call people.
I got a cell phone, but
Doesn't matter. I'm not letting you drive.
well, we park the car down. I come back first in the morning after I take my medication. Is that what you
Somebody can come get you. Is somebody gonna come to get you?
I ain't got nobody in my time. I'm sticking up. I said,
After a few more minutes of back and forth to no avail, the officer changed tactics. That's because now he'd begin to search through Mr. Davis's vehicle as well.
What's that? Alright, so I'm gonna have some medics come and check you out, alright? Just to make sure, because you're not having normal behavior. What's that? Make it super fun, alright? What's that?
Let me go.
Might have the men check you out, right?
Sorry about that.
Right now, sir, I'm gonna have them check you out. You say you're diabetic, and you say you had no drinks, right? You say you had no drinks, right? You haven't been drinking. Sir! How come other times you can hear me, when I mention something about drinking, you can't hear me? Have you been drinking? No. Have you been drinking? Have you been drinking?
Drink?
Yes.
I don't drink.
You don't drink at all, period.
No, I don't have no.
But see, here's the thing. You're acting as if you're a person who has been drinking. And usually when diabetics don't have their insulin,
I'm sorry about this.
I'm gonna have to check out before we do anything. Because I don't feel comfortable you operating this business as you're driving right now, because it's unsafe for you.
I'm going to the house and go to bed. Let me go home and go to bed. I'll see you up there.
After a quick search, the officer discovered a bottle of rubbing alcohol in Davis's car. Misinterpreting this as evidence of intoxication, the officer began chewing out the victim and labeling him as a drinker. However, it is important to note that rubbing alcohol is not consumable in the same way that regular alcohol is, and does not constitute probable cause for DUI. In fact, even ingesting only 8 ounces of rubbing alcohol can kill you, hence making it undrinkable. Despite this, the officer continued to dismiss Mr. Davis's words as he tried to explain what its purpose was. Eventually, Officer Marshall decided that he would call emergency services to check the driver's condition.
Why do you have a problem with medics checking you out if you're diabetic? It doesn't matter where you stay at. Right now you're here. You don't have to wait for the medics, okay? They're going to check you out and make sure you're fine. They're going to make sure that you're fine. Once we find out that you're fine, then we'll take other actions to get you home, or whatever we have to do. But right now, you're a diabetic that's not operating a vehicle properly, all right? We gotta have the medics come out here and check you out. It's not gonna cost you anything, all right? It's not gonna cost you anything. Don't worry about it. Medics are coming. What's that? No, just sit here till the medics come.
I'm doing okay, man. I didn't know you was going to stop me. I didn't know you was going to stop me. That's my doorstep. You can't let me go there today.
No.
Let me get my car in the morning.
After a few minutes, an ambulance arrived, followed by medics jumping out of the vehicle and approaching Mr. Davis to question him.
Hey, how you doing? This is Mr. Jesse Davis. He's acting real loopy as if he's not sober, but I'm playing liquor on him, so they say he's a diabetic. Okay. He's very loopy. I don't feel comfortable operating this vehicle.
There's nobody on the street. I think too wide. You pull up behind me in the dark. I just pull up across. And you stop. And that's all. I have a problem about that. That's not bad. Not that bad. Not bad. What you got first? I didn't. What you gave me first? It was 1938. I wouldn't, but it got him on 19. Ain't nothing wrong with him, but I live right there. He put him behind me.
The reason why I pulled you over because you didn't signal. Because you didn't signal.
But I do have a problem sometimes. That ain't bad. Drinking tonight, you know. I can't see why he's I have a diabetes problem, but it's treatable. It gets wrong kind of sometimes, but I live by myself. I keep it in check. Take it no problem. So I don't know why he's still in my own.
You take insulin. Insulin. Do you take insulin?
Yeah, right. I take medicine. Ain't that wrong? Ain't that wrong? I stay right there. Stay right there.
Take insulin? Do you take anything else? Like medicine? What the doctor give you to take?
Yeah, it's not bad. My job is not bad.
I'm not worried about you. I'm not a cop. I'm not here to arrest you. I'm trying to help you. What medicines do you take at home?
I show it to you.
It's in the car?
Yeah.
Where is it in the car?
I do it to you.
Are you okay with me getting it? Where's it at?
What were you doing?
I don't say.
Where were you? Where were you? Where were you? Where were you coming from? Where were you coming from? From where?
It was around this point that a cameraman from MPD's local reality television show arrived. Now that a camera was filming the whole event, Officer Marshall began playing things up for the viewers by unjustly placing Mr. Davis in handcuffs.
36. Put your hands on your trunk, sir. You feel surprised? Yeah, I did feel surprised. Yeah, you was. Relax.
Wait, don't hurt my hand.
All right. Hey. Don't act stupid. Don't get stupid now.
Out of nowhere though, and for no reason whatsoever, Officer Marshall threw the victim down to the ground, with both the other officers placing their body weight on the 78-year-old, who didn't even have the strength to resist. Clearly, this was an egregious and excessive use of force which violated their department's use of force policy, which states, "It is the policy of this department to value and preserve human life. Officers may use only the force that is objectively reasonable to effectively gain control of an incident, while protecting the safety of the officer and others, in keeping with the standards set forth in the 1989 Graham v. Connor case, 490 U.S. 386. Officers may use force only when no reasonably effective, safe, and feasible alternative appears to exist, and may use only the level of force that a reasonable officer on the scene would use under the same or similar circumstances." Moreover, by failing to stop Officer Marshall's brutality and instead assisting him, the other officers present failed in their duty to intervene in the officer's oppression of the victim. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, when a law enforcement officer uses excessive force or engages in other prohibited conduct, other officers on the scene have a duty to stop such action. After unlawfully detaining Mr. Davis, the officers threw him into the back of their vehicle, where he now pleaded to get medical attention. This was something that the officers were required to provide, since according to the United Nations Human Rights Office, law enforcement officials shall ensure the full protection of the health of persons in their custody, and in particular, shall take immediate action to secure medical attention whenever required. Unfortunately, the officers once again refused to follow protocol as they denied the victim his request.
Hey, I want to go to the hospital. Too late. I got the opportunity to go, man. Okay? Put your feet in. You should have been fighting me, man. Put your feet in. Put your feet in. I ain't got time to play with you. Been playing with you all night. Put your feet in. Well, I'm going to pull you through. You don't want that to happen. You understand? What's that? Put your feet down. But there's no damn book. No. Come this way and put your feet on this side. All I need you to do is put your feet on this side. Alright? If you don't do it, I'm going to jerk you out of the car. You want to take don't put your feet down on the floorboard on this side. Come on, man. Bring your feet over. No, I want you to bring your feet over. Bring your feet over. I'm going to get out. Bring your feet over this way. Put it down. Put them on the floorboard. There you go. Shoot. Sit right there.
After the incident, Mr. Davis was charged with improper lane change and driving under the influence, even though he registered a blood alcohol level of 0.0 once he took a blood test in jail. 4 days later, he was released from Montgomery City Jail, where he then spent 18 days in the hospital with several cracked ribs, which he said was a result of being forced to the ground by the officers and being denied medical treatment in jail. In the end, he was later found guilty of improper lane change, but not guilty of the DUI charge. Unsurprisingly, he filed a lawsuit against the officers and the city of Montgomery. Unfortunately, though, the lawsuit never bore fruit, as on October 3rd of 2021, Mr. Jesse L. Davis had passed away. Next up, we have an incident where an officer unlawfully searched a civilian's car at a gas station and even planted evidence so that he could confiscate it for personal use. On July 5th, 2019, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, It was an ordinary day when civilian Ramon Brown was filling up his car at a gas station, and out of nowhere, Officer Ty Gindra approached him from behind.
You gotta have that temp tag down, man. Temp tag needs to be down lower.
It's up high.
625? Why don't you just sit in the car?
What I do?
625? Sit in the car. Get in the car. That's expired, is it not?
Well, what did I do?
Sit in your car. Sit in your car. Sit in the car. All right, I'll take your license and your proof of insurance.
What did I do?
65 age suspicious vehicle. You stand over there. At the BP station, 3rd Nicollet. It's an unlicensed vehicle, sir. Hey, I need your license and proof of insurance. Your temp tag is expired. Can I be any more clear to you?
I got the registrations right there. That's what I was trying to tell you.
You need to have license plates on your car. Give me your license and your proof of insurance, or you're going in handcuffs. God.
According to the laws of the state, you can get pulled over for expired, missing, or non-visible registration tags on your car or motorcycle. This is considered a non-moving violation and can carry fines. If a police officer notices that you are driving with expired or missing license plate tags, they will pull you over and give you a fine. However, rather than just a simple fine, the officer was threatening to arrest the humble man for such a small infraction. Unfortunately, this wouldn't be the worst offense Officer Gindra would commit that day.
Damn.
All my registration tags.
No proof of insurance?
The last squad may be at 3rd and Franklin. They don't believe there's a BP at 3rd and Nicollet.
Yeah, I'm at 3rd and Franklin. Alright, step on the car.
Copy.
Surround, transpire back.
In 5050, start to Sacramento. Copy.
Why are you driving without a license, man? Huh? That's kind of stupid, isn't it?
Without even giving the man a chance to take out his proof of insurance, Officer Gindra immediately went ahead and put Mr. Brown in handcuffs. Not only was this an unlawful arrest, but a direct violation of his 4th constitutional right. That's because the 4th Amendment prevents the government from performing unreasonable searches and seizures, meaning there must be reasonable suspicion to complete these actions. As such, a traffic stop would be considered a seizure under the 4th Amendment.
Copy.
Let's go. You got anything illegal in the car? Spread your feet.
It was at this point that the officer began searching through Mr. Brown's pockets and confiscating his belongings. Considering that the victim's detainment was unlawful and his rights were being violated, the officer was not allowed or even supposed to go through the man's belongings. According to content law, the only times when an officer may confiscate your belongings are as follows. 1. They have a search warrant to take the item or thing. A search warrant is where the police go to the court. They show to a neutral magistrate judge that they have probable cause to believe that evidence of a crime can be found in this particular place. 2. The incident calls for a search incident to arrest, a U.S. legal principle that allows police to perform a warrantless search of an arrested person and the area within the arrestee's immediate control, in the interest of officer safety, the prevention of escape, and the preservation of evidence. 3. An officer has probable cause to believe that there is evidence of a crime contained either within your home, your car, your bag, or whatever other belonging. Considering the mildness of the crime and lack of a reason to be suspicious, none of the above conditions applied, making the officer's search of the victim illegal.
Take a seat. 6580, I'm going forward.
Copy, code 4, 2257. Is clear. Copy.
Hi, can I help you?
Copy.
As if he hadn't broken enough laws already, Officer Gindra now began searching through the victim's car as well. It's important to note that if the police search your car without a warrant, your permission, or a valid reason, they violate your constitutional rights. In fact, the only times when an officer is allowed to search through a person's vehicle is under the following conditions. 1. You give the officer consent. 2. The officer has probable cause to believe there is evidence of a crime in your vehicle. 3. The officer reasonably believes a search is necessary for their protection, such as a hidden weapon, for example. 4. Police made an arrest, and the search is related to that arrest, such as a search for illegal drugs. Once again, considering that the traffic violation was a simple case of expired registration, the officer had no reason to be searching through Mr. Brown's car. This is made even more apparent since, according to find law, if the reason for the stop is a minor traffic violation such as speeding or a faulty taillight, the officer likely would not be permitted to search your car without more reason. However, if police arrest you for conduct arising out of a traffic stop, a search of your vehicle will usually be reasonable.
We'll be out on one down if you want some different.
Copy. Do you need EMS started? Code 2 or code 3? Copy. And are you code 4 for them? Sweeney, are you code 4 for EMS?
120, we are close for it.
2258.
After conducting his unlawful search, the officer took Mr. Brown's tags off his car, went back to his vehicle to cross-check both those and his ID within the system. When finished, Officer Ginger exited his vehicle and searched through the victim's car once again. Strangely enough though, rather than a search, it more so seemed as if the officer was placing something inside.
We'll copy your code 42301. Copy.
When finished, the officer went back to Mr. Brown and interrogated him after he found something in his car.
What's your buddy got in your car? What is this? Huh? What does that look like to you? You don't know? No idea, huh? What would you guess it'd be?
I have no idea.
You have no idea? Alright, I'll just tell you fucking.
Not mine.
Without even getting a proper answer from him, the officer slammed the door in Mr. Brown's face and walked away. This was because the officer had a new target in his sights.
You were the one right here, weren't you?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, put your hands behind your back.
What?
Put your hands behind your back, right now.
What? I don't want. What? What did I do?
Stop.
What did I do?
Stop it. Stop moving.
What did I do?
Report 121.
What did I do? What did I do?
121 for a.
What, your buddy said that in the door is yours.
As one may remember, this was the same person that the officer told to go away earlier. Despite what the officer may believe, that civilian was allowed to witness the event due to the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which guarantees the right of all persons to freedom of speech, religion, press, to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. This right grants individuals the right to speak their opinions and beliefs, make proclamations, distribute literature, and peaceably assemble together for a common cause. It also allows an individual to record public police activity unless the person engages in actions that jeopardize the safety of the officer, the suspect, or others in the vicinity, violate the law, or incite others to violate the law. On top of that, Officer Ginger blatantly lied to the civilian by saying that Mr. Brown told him that the object found earlier belonged to him. Since we heard the conversation, we know that this was completely false. Nevertheless, the officer continued to unlawfully arrest the civilian and would later even search this person's pockets as well, despite both actions being considered a misdemeanor offense.
What?
Sorry, what happened?
Nothing happened. Get back.
What?
Get back away from me.
What's mine?
Quit it.
What's
Stop
mine?
moving. Stop moving.
What is mine?
Stop.
I just asking because I just came to get him. That's
Okay, you can stand back there.
What is mine?
Get out of here.
I'm sorry, that's
What is mine, sir? What is mine? What is mine, sir?
Is that cocaine in your door?
Hell no! What the f***? Okay in the door? Hell no! How you say something
Dude,
is
just
mine?
relax, okay?
Well, how you say something is mine? Ain't nothing in mine.
Relax,
What the f***?
okay?
Yeah, how can you say something
Relax.
is mine? Ain't nothing in mine. What the f***? What is mine? Ain't nothing in mine.
Okay, hey, just give me 1 second and he's gonna go with you, okay?
Okay, thank
I don't like when people walk up to me.
I'm sorry, I don't want. I was just
Okay.
Ain't nothing
Step
in
back
mine.
here.
What the fuck? What do you mean something's mine?
Well, it's either yours or his, right?
No. Ain't
No?
nothing's mine. Ain't nothing's
man.
mine, son. Nothing.
I'm gonna uncuff you. You're gonna walk away from me, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna uncuff your buddy.
Surprisingly, the officer stated that he would now uncuff both him and Mr. Brown, which only made the reasons for their initial arrest all the more suspicious.
When I tell you to put your hands behind your back, you put your hands right behind your back, okay? Alright, put your hands on your head. Put your phone on top of that thing. I can get my put down there. Alright. On top of that garbage can.
980 transmit.
Alright, man. Step out here.
980, repeat your traffic.
You're transporting to
What's your license plate in your window?
76356.
Put your license plates. Put your license plates on.
That's what I was going to, I just got it today from my brother.
Alright.
And that's why I was trying to explain to you that the plates is, and the registrations is all right there in the window.
Alright.
Can I show you?
I'm gonna give you a break. You have a license, you know that, right?
Yes, but because I was just using my brother's car. Can I
Alright.
show you the plates?
Go ahead.
I'll show you. The guy who he bought the car from, he told my brother, he said, don't put him on until June 2nd. He said don't put him on until...
Well, it's July.
Oh, well, yeah, I know. But he been having a car sitting.
Alright. Well, put him on.
Should have a yellow tag then.
I just pulled off because it expired a month ago.
That's what I'm saying. It's my brother's car. I didn't...
Alright.
I just barn.
Alright.
Alright.
Alright. Thanks, guys. What's that? Yeah, these two are.
Unsurprisingly, after the incident, Mr. Brown sued the city and Officer Gendra, alleging that he came up to him for no reason while he was at a gas station, ordered him out of his vehicle, searched the vehicle, and then planted a white powdery substance before threatening to arrest Brown. Ultimately, Mr. Brown wasn't taken into custody, but his lawsuit alleged that the officer's actions amounted to civil rights violations through racial discrimination and unreasonable search and seizure, as well as assault, battery, and false imprisonment. Additionally, his lawsuit said that the officer caused him emotional distress and the city negligently supervised and retained Officer Gendra. In response, the Minneapolis City Council formally approved a settlement with Mr. Brown and agreed to authorize a $95,000 payment. It was passed along with several other measures without opposition or any open discussion. Moreover, Officer Gendra was federally indicted more than a year later in November 2020 on 11 counts, as prosecutors said he used his position to get drugs and other substances, then failed to report and log those substances into evidence and found ways to search people, vehicles, and homes to seize more drugs. Thankfully, the officer admitted to these crimes after he was convicted, saying he struggled with addiction. In the end, he was sentenced in June 2022 to 38 months in prison and a year of supervised release. Moving on, we're going to take a look at a case where two officers used excessive force against a woman during an unlawful traffic stop. On June 5, 2022, in Sylvania Township, Ohio, the local police department checked the vehicle registration of Miss Caitlin Taylor and found that her vehicle's tags were expired. However, in Adrian, Michigan, where Miss Taylor lives, authorities were extending deadlines and not enforcing related laws because of the pandemic, hence why she didn't see a need to renew them. Despite this, Officer John Tanner followed Miss Taylor to a home where she was delivering groceries. The following interaction was captured on the police vehicle's dash cam.
Out that way, Wilford and Central.
Shut it off! Stop! Shut it off!
61 Eddie.
Shut the car off!
61 Eddie.
Shut the car off! Drop the keys out the window. Now! I said drop the keys out the window. 417, step it up. Drop the keys out the window. I'm not going to ask you again.
41 here. 34. 434.
Go ahead and give me the air. She's not complying. Drop the keys out the window.
Here's any close to Marlin.
Ma'am, don't. You're going to go to jail for obstructing. Drop the keys out the window. Because you're not listening to me, I'm not going to approach you until I got the car secured. So drop the keys out the window.
Rather than walk over to Miss Taylor like any other officer and conduct a normal traffic stop, the officer continued to tell her to shut her vehicle off from a distance without telling her the reason why.
Ma'am, you're going to go to jail. Get your hands up where I can see them. Ma'am? Hands up. Drop the keys out the window. Then step out of the car. Step out. Right there. Is anybody else in the car? Turn around and face away. Turn around and face away from me. You're about to get tased. You want to get tased? Turn around. Turn.
Despite not needing to, the officer wrapped his arm around the woman's neck and threw her onto the ground. Clearly, the officer used an excessive amount of force, which violated his department's use of force policy, which states, "Officers shall use only that amount of force that is objectively reasonable under the totality of the circumstances known to the officer at the time the force is used. Force may appear necessary at the time the force is used, given the facts and circumstances perceived by the officer at the time of the event to accomplish a legitimate law enforcement purpose."
You're about to get kicked. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over.
417 down, 434 with chest
I
down.
don't want you to arrest me.
I don't care what you want.
No, you're not
I'm
arresting
fighting with one.
No, why? You haven't even told me why you're arresting me.
Get your hands
You
out.
haven't told me why you're arresting
For
me.
obstructing.
Obstructing what? I stopped.
Hands
No.
up. Hands up.
No, you're not arresting me. Goddammit, I'm working. You're not arresting me. I'm not getting arrested for no reason. Stop. Stop. No. You're
Put your
not
hands behind your
arresting
back.
me. You're arresting me. Hey, motherfucker. Stop. Never arresting me.
Even though he witnessed Officer Tanner using an excessive amount of force to restrain the victim, Officer Michael Wyatt, who arrived shortly after, did nothing to intervene and only assisted in his partner's wrongdoing. As a result, he failed in his duty to intervene since, according to the U.S. Department of Justice, when a law enforcement officer uses excessive force or engages in other prohibited conduct, other officers on the scene have a duty to stop such action. Nevertheless, due to their misconduct, the officers were violating the woman's fourth constitutional right. This is because the Supreme Court has long interpreted the Fourth Amendment's phrase, "the right of the people to be secure in their persons," as a protection against arbitrary arrests. So, arrest without a warrant or probable cause, as previously mentioned, seen as an unreasonable seizure of one's person under the Fourth Amendment.
Holy! Turn around! You're right, you're not in compliance.
After the incident, Miss Taylor, as expected, sued the Sylvania Township Police Department and two of its officers for a whopping $30 million over alleged excessive use of force, which alleged 1 count of battery, 1 count of assault, 1 count of civil action for deprivation of rights, and 1 count of negligence. The lawsuit stated that she was arrested and did not receive a medical examination until after she was released. On top of that, she was bruised all over her body and bled from the tightness of the handcuffs. If this was true, then the officers were meant to be held liable for neglecting to care for the victim. Since, as previously mentioned, according to the United Nations Human Rights Office, law enforcement officials shall ensure the full protection of the health of persons in their custody, and in particular, shall take immediate action to secure medical attention whenever required. The lawsuit also alleged that she quit her delivery job due to the trauma of the incident and was scared to get into a car for weeks. In response to the incident, attorneys for Sylvania Township Police filed a motion to dismiss the case in federal court, arguing the department itself cannot be sued as a separate entity under Ohio law. Furthermore, the individual officers named in the lawsuit have not yet responded to court filings. Unfortunately, no further updates have been made. Finally, our last case involves an obscenity-laced incident where an officer got into a heated argument with a civilian, filled with threats and slurs all around. On June 7, 2021, in Becker County, Minnesota, a resident called 911 seeking police presence to evict a man who was staying with him. As a result, Deputy Chad Peterson was dispatched to the scene. The following footage was sourced from the officer's body cam, which shows how unprofessionally the officer handled the situation.
I'm not sure what's going on right now.
What's your name? Okay, you the friend?
Yeah.
Where are they at?
Inside right now. I'm kind of scared. I don't.
Why is that?
Because I guess they got into it, and all I did was bring his bag out, and then he got mad at me.
Okay. With all this stuff?
Yeah.
Who threw that out?
Right here.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's already left?
Oh,
Where's he at?
don't know. There's not much you need to do anymore, I guess.
Was he here when he got here?
Nope.
So you called me for nothing? Don't get attitude with me on the phone. This is where this came from. Only thing I was going to tell you is if you didn't leave, then call us, then we'll make them leave.
It's a joke.
What's a joke? Do you have your mom pamper your ass or you take a You're a big boy.
What's the point?
You're a big
If
boy.
I'm police.
You. You're a big
they
boy.
won't-
Take care of yourself.
What's the point of having police if they won't come to a domestic thing, huh?
There is no domestic.
He's trespassing. This ain't his house. The doors were locked.
You let him stay with you.
No? I told him he can't come back.
You let him stay with you for
I
4
told him
days.
he can't come back.
You let him stay with you for 4 days. We would take care of it if you didn't leave. But you want to be a little baby about it?
I
Be a little
locked the
baby.
doors.
Be a little baby about it.
Despite what Officer Peterson may believe, he was actually obligated to help the civilian with this incident. According to Law Arena, after a person calls the police regarding a trespassing incident, the police will help you write a report. After that, they'll inform you about any relevant developments in your case. Since he failed to perform his duty, the caller was allegedly right in proclaiming that the officer was not doing his job. Unfortunately, this only ticked off Officer Peterson even more.
So if you lock your door, someone comes in, you don't want them to come in? That's not breaking law? No? No?
It's not breaking the law when they're a guest here.
They're not a guest. He was gone.
You had him stay with you for 4 days, you told me.
Yeah?
All right then.
I left for the weekend. He was able to stay here because he got evicted from his house.
Well, eviction is more than 1 day and you're out.
What do you mean?
It means if we wanted to, if he wanted to, he can complain and say, I took up residency here.
Paid here.
It don't matter. It don't matter. If he takes residency up here, you'd have to go through the courts to evict him. Not like this. And for this damage, he could sue you for it.
F off.
No, you. No, you can get.
You're a piece of
You're a piece of. You're a pampered, spoiled, rotten piece of.
I
Yeah.
grew up in fucking North Dakota, working on a fucking farm. What'd you do, bitch?
Same thing.
What'd
Go back
you
to
do?
North Dakota. Go back to North Dakota then.
What'd you do?
Go back to North Dakota.
Get out of here.
Suck it.
Sorry, ass out of here too.
Nope.
Oh, he's at a walk home?
Despite the profanities they were using, both parties were allowed to say what they wished due to the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. However, it's important to note that Officer Peterson's conduct was something that went strictly against his department's mission statement, which states, the mission of the Becker Police Department in partnership with the Becker community is to protect and preserve life, protect property, to understand and serve the needs of citizens, and to improve the quality of life in a manner consistent with the law and reflective of shared community values. Just when it seemed like it couldn't get any worse, the officer only further disgraced his department when he challenged the resident to a fight.
You got a ride?
No.
Need a ride?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. You got all your stuff out?
I said you weren't taking them home, huh?
Hey, why don't you shut the
Buddy?
Why don't you go suck a and off?
God, you're a doll.
Come on. You want to go? Let's go.
Oh, actually?
Let's go.
You
Let's
got
go.
State Champ right now?
Let's go.
Yeah?
Come on.
What?
Let's go.
No?
Then shut up.
God, you're
No, I'm not a You're the one who's sitting there bitching.
Melba?
You're a worthless pile.
Over there.
You're a worthless pile of North Dakota shit.
Yeah?
Yep.
God, you elephant.
Let's go. $61.14 Becker.
6114.
I'll be 10-14 with one individual out of the 45 when we get out of here. Interrupt the DL. Bring you to DL.
Good work. 33 minutes.
To no one's surprise, Becker County Sheriff Todd Glander placed Officer Peterson on administrative leave the same day the incident occurred, with Internal Affairs leading an investigation into the incident shortly after. Finally, 6 months later in December, Sheriff Glander fired him for conduct unbecoming of an officer and for violating several department and POST board policies. Be sure to check out our previous video where we cover another outrageous police encounter